students of class 11. Already I did one chapter of the rapid book, that is Tales from Shakespeare, and the chapter had already been done is As You Like It. So today I am going to start another chapter, Othello. Othello is considered as a tragedy. Why? Because it has a sad ending, and the point of tragedy lies in the fact that the hero of the story, Othello, transforms into a villain due to his one flaw or one point of weakness in his character. So I'm starting the story. Long time ago in Venice, there was a rich senator who was known as Brabantio. He had a beautiful daughter, the gentle Desdemona. So you know the fact that long time ago in Venice, there was a rich senator. Senator, you know what is a senator, the head of a senate, particular senate, and he was known as Brabantio. And he had a very beautiful daughter, and her name was Desdemona. And she was sought by various suitors, both of her climb and complexion, but she found none of her choice. Now she was sort of means many young men ran after her to marry her, and they proposed her for marriage. But they also belonged to her climb and complexion, means they were of the same complexion of Desdemona, and they belonged to the same status of Desdemona. But Desdemona accepted no one because she found none of her choice. The noble lady, who regarded the heart more than the appearance and complexion of man, had chosen the person of her affections, a Moor, a dark-complexioned nobleman, whom her father loved deeply and often invited him to their mansion. So what happened? This noble lady, what happened? She regarded she regarded the heart of the emotions more than the appearance or the complexion of man. To her, true love, which comes out from her, was more important than the appearance or complexion of a man. So she accepted what? She accepted one Moor. Moor means an African Muslim. Okay, so she accepted a Negro Muslim character called Othello, who was a nobleman and whom her father loved deeply and often invited him to their mansion. The noble Moor Othello was a valiant soldier, and by his heroics in bloody wars against the Turks, he had been raised to the rank of the general and was highly esteemed and revered throughout the state. So the noble Moor, means Othello, was a very brave soldier, and he had shown his capability and he had shown his bravery against the Turks, the deadly tribes or the warriors. And as he had defeated the Turks, he was given promotion and he was raised to the rank of a general of the Venetian army. And as a result, he was very much respected and honored throughout the state. Othello had been a great traveler, and Desdemona was all the more keen to listen to the stories of adventure that Othello recollected from his experiences in battles, sieges, encounters, the perils he had been exposed to, his hairbreadth escapes when he entered a breach or marched up to the mouth of cannon, and how he had been captivated by the insolent enemy and sold as a slave, and how he demeaned himself in that state and escaped. So what happened? Othello was a great traveler. He traveled from place to place, and he described his experiences to Desdemona. And Desdemona was very eager to listen to her stories, and Othello recollected his memories and the experiences he had when there were battle or the sieges, how he captured another place, and how he faced encounters, how he had to fight the enemies, and the dangers he had been exposed, how he was exposed to dangers, and how he escaped very narrowly, and how he entered into a breach or into a particular area or where no one could escape, but how he could escape from the mouth of death, and how he stood in front of the mouth of cannon or mouth of explosives, and how he had faced those things very bravely, and how he encountered death, and how he had been, sometimes he was imprisoned by a very rude enemy, and he was sold as a slave, and how he had to lower himself, and how he had to suffer all the problems of the slave, and how he escaped from that state, and how he again regained his position. So he described all his experiences to Desdemona, and Desdemona eagerly listened to his stories. Desdemona listened with rapt attention of all those accounts, added to the narration of the strange things Othello had been in foreign countries. The vast wilderness and romantic caverns, the quarries, the rocks and the lofty mountains that touch the clouds, the savage nations, the cannibals, who are man-eaters, and of the anthropophagy in Africa, whose heads do grow beneath the shoulders. So Desdemona, with deep attention, Desdemona listened to the stories of Othello, and whatever had been seen in the foreign countries, like the vast wild areas, romantic caverns, means caves, and the mines, and then the rocks and the lofty mountains and the hills and the natural scenario, and also how he met various tribes in various places, like the cannibals of the man-eaters, or another tribe like anthropophagy in Africa, whose heads usually do grow beneath his shoulders. These stories enticed Desdemona, and so much that even if she was called for any household affairs, she would finish up the work with all haste, and return to Othello with greedy ear to devour his discourse. Now what happened? These stories attracted Desdemona so much that she usually finished all her household work as fast as possible. And even if she had some work in hand, she would finish the work in haste in a very great hurry, and she would return to Othello with greedy ear. With greedy ear means her ears were greedy to listen to the stories of Othello, and she was just devouring his discourse. It seemed that she was just gobbling up the stories, means she was eagerly listening to the stories with with her ear. At the end of his stories, Desdemona would always sigh and then thank him, and wished that if he had a friend who loved her, he had only to teach him how to tell his story, and that would move her. So at the end of the stories, Desdemona frankly proposed to Othello, but not directly, in an indirect manner. So she said to Othello that if his friend, or if someone would want to propose love to her, that person would have to tell such beautiful stories like Othello, and that would be enough to propose to her. Upon this hint, delivered not with more frankness than modesty and blushes, which Othello could not but understand, and he spoke more openly of his love, and thus gets the consent of the generous and gorgeous Lady Desdemona to marry him. So when this hint was delivered to Othello, so Othello could understand Desdemona's state of mind, and he spoke more openly of his love, and he gained the consent of the generous lady and gorgeous lady to marry him. Their marriage, which though was privately solemnized, could not be kept secret for a long. So they married, but they married in a private way, in a secret manner, and this secret could not be kept for a long. When the news reached Brabantio, he appealed to the Duke of Venice and prayed for justice against Othello, accusing him of casting spell and witchcraft to seduce the gentle Desdemona, winning her heart and marrying her without taking the consent of her father. So what happened when they got secretly married? The news of their marriage spread, and the news went to the ears of Brabantio. Brabantio could not accept Othello, and he blamed Othello that he has used magic and witchcraft, or he had cast a spell on whom? On Desdemona, and he had seduced Desdemona in a negative manner, and thus winning her heart, he got her consent and married her. So Desdemona was not in a real state of mind while accepting the proposal of Othello because of Othello's magic and witchcraft. Meanwhile, the state of Venice was in urgent need of Othello. The Senate received the news that the Turks had set sail a fleet with mighty preparation for hostility, and they were moving towards the island of Cyprus with the intent to regain it from the Venetians. Now, in the meantime, the state of Venice got the news and they were in urgent need of Othello. The Senate received the news that the Turks had set a fleet, means they were coming with several ships with mighty preparation. They were in powerful position, and they were why in powerful position? Because they wanted to attack the enemies to regain the island of Cyprus from the Venetians.